it's Laura, and I am using my computer and the power of the internet to keep in touch while I am on my first ever self-planned, completely organized on my own vacation. I'm in New York for I think 5 days, and I'm gonna see what I can see. I've got a couple tickets planned, and if I'm really lucky, I might see The Daily Show being taped. And of course I'm hitting museums. But things are still kind of up in the air in terms of when specifically things are happening. And I'm going to be video blogging the whole thing, not exactly live, but sort of as stuff happens. And we'll see how that goes. So right now I've just arrived in New York, and I'm in my teeny tiny little hotel room. It's got a huge bed, well, huge compared to the bed in my dorm room, and it's so soft. I'm definitely looking forward to getting some sleep here, even though that is not what I came here to do. And it's going to be a real struggle to keep myself from just spending all day lying around. But I have promised myself that I'm going to make the most of being here and go out all the time. So, the big bed, but then a little nightstand, and a little fridge, and a teeny desk, and bizarrely this little sink just sort of hanging out in the middle of the room. Which is handy though, because the main bathroom is not actually connected to my room. I have to share it with some other nearby rooms. So at least I'm glad I do have this sink here as a source of water. And I've got my 2 big heavy suitcases, which I have not unpacked yet. Don't really plan to unpack them at all, honestly. But I haven't even started poking through them for the basics yet. I might just shove them in my teeny closet here. But mostly I'm just sitting here, hanging out, and I'm gonna get dinner pretty soon. Getting here was a pain. I always forget how much of a frustration travel can be. I mean, the flights took forever. Flying always takes longer than I expect. And you know, I kind of slept, but didn't really sleep, and read a little bit, but didn't really enjoy it. But what the real headache was trying to get from the airport to the hotel. I spent at least an hour there. When I planned the whole trip, I planned it all through Expedia. And one of the things I did was I arranged for a shuttle service from the airport to the hotel and then back again at the end of the trip. But I didn't print the voucher, which apparently was just unacceptable, because I got there to the little ground transportation information desk, and I had like the numbers from the voucher, the little numbers from the barcode at the bottom, and I could call up the voucher on my computer screen and show it to them, and they found me in their system, like verifying that yes, I did book it. But because I didn't print out the voucher, like none of it counted. And so I could, if I wanted to, just try to get a refund and then like rebook another thing on the shuttle. But honestly, I was getting kind of annoyed because I was there for a really long time and they were not being helpful at all. And they couldn't really give me a good reason as to why it had to be printed to count. And so I ended up in my frustration just canceling the shuttle entirely. I might get around to trying to find a refund. I think I might have missed that chance. It was only $30, but I was just too frustrated to deal with that, and I just left and got a taxi. Instead. The taxi ride over was not bad after I cooled down a little bit from my frustration that I had to take it in the first place. The taxi driver was pleasant, and it went smoothly. I was a little nervous because one of the many things that I've done for the first time is riding a taxi on my own was new for me. But I also got my first glimpse at the city, well, kind of. And it's a city? I don't know. I'm kind of underwhelmed. I was expecting, I mean, my expectations were much too high, obviously, because I was expecting to just completely fall in love with the city at first sight, which was just overly romantic of me. Because it is just a city. I mean, there are a lot of amazing things here, but I mean, just driving from the airport to the hotel is not going to be a profound experience just because you're doing it in New York. But the main thought I had was, first off, like, really tall buildings everywhere, actually, just tons of buildings everywhere, but also it's kind of dirty. I actually was getting a little worried about my hotel. Like, how sketchy is this hotel gonna be? Because we just kept driving, and it got nicer once we got to areas that had shops and things. And actually, there were some really cute little apartments and things around. But it's still like had a distinct city feel, and I'm kind of a small town girl, so I was kind of nervous. But as you saw earlier, the hotel room is small, but I kind of like small, and it's clean and it's nice, and I'm overall glad to be here and excited about whatever's coming next. Awesome.